And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Actually, Saturday now. But guys, we have a lot to discuss today. It seems like every single day we have a lot to talk about, but really, the crypto market is looking really, really good. Especially Bitcoin taking lead and pushing all the cryptocurrencies forward, holding over 40,000 very, very strongly. And I'm really happy with the gains we've been seeing. But there's one token, of course, that we are all excited about. We have been talking about for some time now, and that's of course Saitama Inu, which has just been on fire. At some point, we were up 200% or 3x from when we first discussed it, and this thing is continuing to just push momentum and doing its thing. So we're going to talk about Shiba Inu because tomorrow there's some pretty big things that are happening for the community. And of course, if you guys didn't see directly from the SHIB Informer, it's that they are going to be competing in the first gaming event. Just an FYI, as you guys see in the chat, we got Rigor Mortis with us, and hopefully I'm going to be talking with Scott to figure out how to get him on the stream as well, because he just wants to share kind of his 2 cents about everything regarding both Shiba Inu and Saitama Inu. So a lot to talk about today. But a big shout out to everybody that is already in the chat. Let me make sure we just set up the stream properly. Give me just one moment, folks. One sec here for me. All right, and we have 116 people in the chat right now. So make sure if you haven't already, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also, of course, as you guys know, Rigor Mortis is in the chat today, and he's going to be talking to us, giving us his perspective about things. And his link is in the description below. So make sure you guys go over and subscribe to his channel as well. Of course. Let me put a little delay on the chat so we don't see too much spam, hopefully. Man, already 127 people. All right. Let's get this party started. So let's see, customization. Let me put slow mode, and we'll do 20 seconds today. Just to make sure there's no spam. Perfect. I think we are good now. One more thing here. And also, yes, I'm not in my typical setup. I'm actually traveling right now. So, yeah, that's why if you guys don't recognize where I'm at, it's for a reason. And sorry for being an hour and 20 minutes late. One last thing I want to apologize about. But yeah, it was hard for me to find some stable Wi-Fi, but thankfully I did. And we're here now, folks. We are here now. Give me one sec. A lot to discuss. So let me give a shout out to people in the chat right now. Give me one moment.
Did you post it on Twitter?
I have not even posted on Twitter yet. And they said send a link over at the Saitama Inu Discord too. So let me make sure we give that. And also real quick, for anybody that is joining the chat for the first time maybe, and those of you who are watching this as a rerun, just make sure you guys also check out the link in the description below for Webull. You get 2 free stocks when you deposit $5. You have till today. End of day today, July 31st, to get your 2 free stocks. So make sure you guys do it. Supports me, supports you as well. And after that, let's go ahead and get started. One last thing I got to do, folks. Again, you guys can see I'm not prepared, but I need to post a link for the stream to Twitter, just to make sure people are aware that we are live, and then we're going to start chatting. We're going to chat away. Give me 1 second. Night owls. We got lots of night owls today. Oh, you guys probably hear me. Let me make sure I silence myself real quick. Man, oh man. And the Beat Star dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, Pop, where is my wrench, my brother? From another. I got you, the Beat Star. Hey. Just make sure you hold it down, man. There's lots of FUD that has been entering all the different YouTube channels. So just make sure you're in there, doing what you can to make sure things are well controlled, if you will. So shout out to all the moderators, by the way, that have been helping. Thank you all. Give me 1 sec. Let's go on Twitter real quick. Twitter. Let's send out the tweet. We are live with @Rigor Mortis. Late night. And then link. Hopefully we'll have Married with Crypto. And @Married with Crypto soon. There we go. All right, folks. Let's go ahead and get started. Crypto market is looking really, really good. And the B-Star, I think I got you, man. Man, and I'm using my laptop, of course, so everything is, all over the place. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So Bitcoin again, holding. No, I think I'm good. No need for the mouse. Thank you, though. So Bitcoin again, looking really, really good. I'm very, very happy. It did touch 42,000. So hitting its pretty much intraday high, and also over the last, couple months, it's pretty much the high point for Bitcoin. So it looks like the bulls are slowly but surely coming out. Good sentiments overall. If we look at the fear and greed index for Bitcoin, things have been looking better. So if you guys look at greed and fear, if anybody doesn't already follow this page, I would highly, highly recommend to check it out. And it's the Bitcoin greed and fear index. Every single day, things are starting to get a little bit better when it comes to the crypto market sentiment analysis for Bitcoin specifically and the overall market. We were under a lot of fear over the last couple months, which created a pretty significant sell-off in the market. But we're slowly seeing a rebound now. So right now, sitting at 53, that's pretty good. And I tell you guys, my saying that I always say, not financial advice, but I think it's something that we should all embrace, and that is when they the statement is something. It goes something like, when the market is in fear, that is the time to be greedy. When the market is being greedy, that is the time to be fearful. Right now, we're approaching the greed, but we're still pretty far off from there. So in my opinion, right now is still a pretty decent time to increase positions and that kind of thing, because people are starting to realize if we're going to follow the stock to flow model, which you guys know we talked about multiple times. We look at Bitcoin stock to flow model and just go to Google Images. By the end of 2021, if we're going to be following this model to the T, step by step, day by day, we are looking for that $100,000 price target by the end of 2021, right before 2022, about 100K. So are we going to get there? Possibly. It looks like, if you look, we do deviate from the stock to flow model a little bit here and there. But since Bitcoin became a thing back in 2010, when it was literally 10 cents or a little bit more, if you guys watch this graph, it's been pretty dang close or pretty dang accurate to it. So you guys know Andre Jick and a lot of other individuals have been talking about it, because the stock to flow model is something that, is used for things like, commodities. We're talking gold, silver, and things that have store of value. Cathie Wood, her big argument with Bitcoin is that, and if you guys watch the B Word conference, she mentioned the big thing that excites her about it is the store of value. Over time, she sees that this digital currency, because of the fact that, outside of the blockchain and everything else when it comes to the technology, the store of value, the finite supply gives her that excitement, and that's why she has that $500,000 price target. But if it's gonna follow this model, we're looking at $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, and then $1 million Bitcoin in the next couple of years by 2025. And then after that, 10 million, and who knows what's gonna happen. So, of course, that's just one model that you can either follow, you can look into, do your deep dive, do your own due diligence. But for me, hey, if it even gets close to there, I'm gonna be extremely, extremely happy, because at that moment and at that time, I know I would have seen some pretty significant gains. So that's what we have for just the overall crypto market. Just looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum's looking decent. Cardano, one of the others that I'm invested in, also looking good. And real quick, we did get a super chat and I missed it from Let's Go. He says, "Here I am, LOL. I sent the link to Discord. Need to wrench now, Pop. For some reason, I am on my laptop and it's not letting me wrench anybody, giving them the admin status. But I definitely got you, man. Hopefully soon I'll be able to give you that. All right. So we talked about the overall global cryptocurrency market. For Shiba Inu specifically, if we dive in, where is SHIB? And I do have Rigor Mortis with me, by the way, guys. So hopefully he'll also share kind of his perspective. I just want to give us some overviews first, and then we'll have him kind of dive in and talk about his perspective on things, because, you know, everyone has their own opinions, and we need to make sure we get as many as possible to create our own opinions as well. So again, for SHIB, pretty bearish lately. There hasn't been much excitement. We're waiting for the development team to kind of give us some new information regarding this cryptocurrency. L2, all the things when it comes to Shibarium. I do appreciate Shaitoshi, by the way. Big shout out to Shaitoshi and shout out to Milkshake for kind of keeping us up to date on what's happened. And by the way, I don't want to really cover that because Rigor Mortis actually just recorded on all the things that Shaitoshi said, and there was some pretty important highlights there. So again, he kind of talked about timeline, things that expectations versus reality, the whole price target, that whole 1 cent dilemma that people have been discussing. So all of that will probably be on his video. So if you want to go over there and tune in, you can definitely learn more. But when it comes to tomorrow, again, the big thing that we know is coming is the gaming event. So SHIB Informer did send out a tweet earlier saying, he's excited. If you are excited like us, you can get a souvenir. Check out the NFT created by Fox Condor. And again, regardless, tomorrow is going to be the gaming event, which is going to potentially attract new investors into Shiba Inu. Of course, this is specifically targeting one group of individuals, and that is the gaming community. But the gaming community across the globe is huge. So the fact that Shiba Inu as a cryptocurrency is starting to develop these kind of events, and the thing about it, it's not going to be 10 or 20 people attending virtually. It's going to be thousands of people, maybe tens of thousands, potentially even hundreds of thousands. Who knows to what extent? But there is going to be a pretty big crowd. So it could be the first of its kind as a cryptocurrency that, creates this kind of just overall competition and, funding it through their own token. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. And we'll see what it's going to end up doing in regards to giving us, media coverage. Because if it's something that ends up having a pretty big turnout, media outlets are going to want to cover it. And I'm talking major media outlets, because we know the gaming industry, if you follow anything when it comes to the stock market or what's been happening during the pandemic, the gaming industry has been one that's been heavily focused on. Look at what's going on with graphics cards, for example. How hard is it to get parts for your PC? Because the gaming community has been growing exponentially. People were trying to find a way to, just use their time. And guess what? Gaming was one of the big ones that ended up succeeding pretty well throughout the duration of the pandemic, and moving forward, I think it's going to continue that way. So this is going to be huge in my opinion, but we'll see what happens in terms of price action and things of that nature. So Rigor Mortis, man, I kind of want to get your take on what you think is going to happen tomorrow. We got nearly 400 people in the chat at 1 in the morning here, Central Standard Time. So for those of you who are tuning in, thank you guys so much. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Rigor Mortis, and let's go ahead and hear his 2 cents.
I'm just going to do a quick mic check. Can you guys hear me? If the mic it's a little bit far from me now. I'm actually with him here in person. No face reveal or anything, but can you guys hear me if I'm this far away from the mic?
We live with that Rigo pop.
Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear Rigor Mortis when he speaks?
Slight delay here.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of a delay always between when you talk and... Got a thumbs up from Mr. Fix. Is that a yes? Mike is good.
All right, perfect. All right, sweet. So thanks as always to your pop for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
I always love coming on here and talking to you guys about my thoughts and opinions. Obviously, it's always a pleasure to interact with you guys in the chat, but also speaking sometimes about my conviction when it comes to Shiba Inu and why I'm so excited when it comes to this token. And I always like to reiterate how early we are when it comes to this token. I don't remember the question, but something that I have been really emphasizing on my channel recently when it comes to SHIB is the fact that we're treading this very strange line now. Crypto is doing quite well, and we see that the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing well. So people are asking me, in your opinion, why aren't we seeing the same type of growth in SHIB? What I think is going on, folks, is that we're in this limbo right now. We're in this gray area when it comes to Shiba Inu. There's someone said use your chest. There's the meme token crowd that really wants to be in this token for that potential pump that we saw back in May. Then there's other people that have real strong conviction when it comes to this token, the good catalyst we have in the pipeline, the development team that has been working endlessly to make this turn into an ecosystem rather than a meme token. So as we're in this limbo, both sides are not sure whether or not they want to invest. The meme token side, because they're curious as to whether or not we're going to have that pump, and the legitimate, quote unquote, legitimate token side that isn't sure whether or not SHIB is actually a legit token yet. That's why I think we're in this weird limbo where we're not seeing the price action go up or down significantly, or not even following the broader cryptocurrency market to a T. But where do we go from here? I think we are starting to build the case now that we are actually a legitimate token. I think that's the direction we are taking, and I think the people in the chat would probably agree with that. We are inching closer towards being a more legit token than a meme token. We built this ecosystem. We have Shiba Swap. They're working on Shibarium. Shytoshi has reiterated multiple times that they are working on Ryoshi's vision of what this token is supposed to be. The doggy DAO. Everything that goes along with being a part of the ecosystem, it all hasn't come to fruition just yet. So I still think it's early when it comes to this token, but that's from a legitimate token point of view, which is what I think this is. I don't think this is, a meme token operation where we're gonna go absolutely nuts overnight like we did back in May, which is what it was back in May. I think we're transitioning now to a more legitimate token that hopefully in the future is going to follow the broader cryptocurrency market more closely. And if you have conviction in the cryptocurrency market, then I think this is the token for you.
Absolutely. Exactly. So everything Rigor Mortis said, I'm just going to I can echo the same things because him and I have very similar convictions when it comes to the overall crypto market for Shiba Inu and the potential that it has in the future. There's no doubt about that. But like he said, when it comes to the mania, right? Looks like it should work. There we go. It's working again. All right. No sound. How about now? Ah.
That's a crazy delay.
You're muted. How about now? I should be okay.
I have it on. There we go. Yeah, you're good.
All right. Yes, perfect. Okay, perfect. So as I was saying with Shib, sorry about that. We're kind of sharing the microphone. I could hear the screen, but I'm not playing it back, real time. But regardless, again, when it comes to Shib, the pump that we saw back in April, May, when the overall market went on its, bull run, pretty much the biggest bull run in 2021, through that time span, followed by the sell-off. Again, I don't know if we're going to see that in the short term. Now, any token, look at Bitcoin, look at Ethereum, look at any token that has, pretty much its foundational base, doesn't have that meme association to it whatsoever. That's when we'll see those steady gains over time, right? So just like Rigor Mortis said, I'm expecting for this token for us to start seeing maybe 10x, 15, 20x, but that might take months instead of just days or hours, like we're seeing in some of these, manic type tokens and meme tokens, if you will. So again, that's kind of my big thing that I want to share about Shiba Inu. We're waiting, right? Shytoshi's keeping us up to date. He's doing a good job as the developer of just the swap. The other devs have been pretty quiet, so I'm waiting just to hear more from them. But again, guys, I'm holding every single token, and nobody's going to take that away from me. None of my SHIB are for sale. Not a single one. Not even if you buy them at a 100% premium. I refuse to sell them. So that's what the deal with Shiba Inu. Now, we need to talk about Saitama Inu. And I'm glad that we have Rigor Mortis on the channel because I want him to kind of give his 2 cents too. Because this token, again, guys, right now, regardless of what you think, it is a meme token. Very high risk, very high reward potential. But the gains that I have seen in this are more gains that I've seen in months in the cryptocurrency market. It's been absolutely insane. And I know for the SHIB army, it's like, dude, why are you even mentioning a different cryptocurrency? And just to make sure we clear up any type of FUD or any misinformation, no, I was not paid anything from the development team. So if I don't disclose that, that's 100% illegal, by the way, just so you guys are all aware. So I've never been paid for talking about any cryptocurrencies on my channel, nor will I ever accept money for... People are always trying to pump their coins here and there. But the big thing is the community themselves, the SHIB army that are on my Twitter, my own... the people that I interact with told me about this token. They said, hey, look into this one. It's going to start going off. Married with Crypto being one of the ones who actually mentioned this token to me early on. And I was like, nah, man, I don't know. You know, right now the focus is SHIB. He's like, SHIB is currently bearish. Just look at something else. Yes, it's going to go up over time. Hold your tokens, but look at something else that can also be making you money in the background. So I was like, okay, let me look at Saitama Inu. Guess what? 3 days ago, I decided to cover it. It was at 100. Oh, let's just go with exactly the numbers that are listed. It was at 1,100 or 1,200. I could pull up the video and timestamp that. We're up 200%, nearly 200% within just those few days. Those aren't gains that we're seeing across the cryptocurrency market. And if it was, you know, for me again, I do not see that it's a pump and dump. I talked to one of the developers, Nam Tran, who joined us yesterday on the stream, and we had a decent discussion. I just wanted to know more about it. And the fact is the development team is more than willing to come on the channel, give us their 2 cents, do an AMA. They're doxed individuals, and they want to let people know what are we doing with this project and where are we headed. So for me, it's like, okay, that seems like it's pretty legitimate. This is the first time I get to interact with any development team for any cryptocurrency. Because of its size, of course, right now, we're all, if you have any buying power, again, not financial advice, but putting in a fraction of that into a current, into a token like this one, this is like, to me, getting into Shiba Inu when SHIB was at, you know, way before the initial pump. Maybe that first pump in April. So we're talking, you know, how many that? 5 zeros, 129. What is that? Not even 129 Satoshi units. Yeah, 122 Satoshi units. This thing went from 122 Satoshi units and went up all the way to 3,600. You know, again, after media coverage, that whole market cycle that I continue to talk about. After that happened, it went up nearly, what is that? About 30x, 30 times its price. I'm talking 30,000%. Can Saitama do the same thing if they develop the community properly? I think it's possible. So for me, I put in money that I'm willing to risk. I wouldn't be upset if I, you know, lost it by any means. But it's like, okay, let's see what happens. And I'm slowly but surely starting to like this crypto. I really am. I'm liking the community. I'm liking the way we're interacting. But again, it's still in its infancy stage. So know that anything that's in its infancy stage is a lot higher risk. If you bought into SHIB before the swap dropped, before anything else dropped, you got in when it was extremely risky. Look at all the zeros though. So if you're able to tolerate risk, always assess your own risk tolerance. Don't take what I say. Take what I say only for a grain of salt and nothing more. But again, assess your own risk tolerance. Just like I say for SHIB. Also, assess your own risk tolerance. This is also a very, very, very skeptical play. And so is Saitama. But nothing else is yielding this kind of return out there in the market. And that's what's continuously exciting me. And again, I took a risk. And so far, there's been a lot of reward. But does that mean that there might not be a correction, some type of sell-off for a better opportunity to get in? Possibly. For me, I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to buy in and see how it goes. And thankfully, so far, things have been looking pretty good. And we'll talk about Benzinga's article here. But I kind of want to get Rigor Mortis' take on Saitama. Because him and I have discussed this pretty thoroughly. And just like me, he was kind of like, you know, I don't really know if I want to mess with that at all. But let's go ahead and have him talk. But before I do so, let's acknowledge some of these super chats. Vibi Vargas dropping to $20. Thank you so much, my brother. He says, what people need to understand is SHIB does not have the same exposure as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sold on all brokers. SHIB is not. Once we are listed on all the brokers, we will be able to mimic Bitcoin's price. Vibi Vargas, my man. Rigor Mortis also gives you a thumbs up, by the way. That is 110% very well said. People are saying, why doesn't SHIB follow the top 10 or top 100 altcoins, just like all the coins that follow Bitcoin's price action? The big reason is that Shiba Inu doesn't follow Bitcoin's price action. Exactly. It's because it's not listed on all the brokerages, and Robinhood, whatever it might be, the accessibility is not the same. The access is not the same. So make sure you guys understand that and have that kind of understanding when it comes to any cryptocurrency, is that once more exchanges that it's listed on, including Coinbase and those popular ones that people can access a lot easier, those are the ones that will affect its price action, and which will allow people to get in when things are pumping. They're going to jump into all the different cryptos if they're going to diversify, and then they're going to sell all those same cryptos when there's a sell-off, just so we all have the same thing. So thank you again so much, Vibi Vargas, for the super chat and, just dropping the good knowledge there, man. That's very well said. And also Will with the $5. He says, check out AIDI Finance. Let me know your thoughts. Will, I can definitely look into it. I have a list of tokens that people have been asking me to cover. So that's when I can definitely add on the list to see what's going on with it. And the Crypto Helpers with the $7 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, insider info. Coinbase Pro will post SHIB next week. Heard it here first. Possibly no massive pump. This is all part of the bigger plan. Long-term hodl. Exactly. Shiba Inu is a long-term hold for me too. Not just a month, not 2 months, but it's for the long term. Thank you so much, my man. All right. So Rigor Mortis, tell us a little bit about what you think of this whole Saitama thing, and then we're going to go in and cover this Benzinga article. The new dog on the block, they said. The altcoin is outperforming Doge, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, so when it comes to Saitama, obviously you guys know I'm a big believer of SHIB, and I don't want to say that, I dislike any coin. I'm all for cryptocurrency. I love cryptocurrency a lot, and obviously I'm a big fan of you all making money. So if Saitama is the way to do it, then hey, I'm a fan of the token. That said, I haven't looked into it as much as I've looked into SHIB, for example. So I can't speak with that same conviction. I can't sit here and be like, here's the roadmap, here's why I think this token is going to do well, this is why the developers are doing, I can't talk about Saitama in that same light because I just haven't seen it yet. And that might be because I haven't looked into it as deeply, or because the developers haven't laid out that type of roadmap just yet. So when it comes to Saitama, I think it is early. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said this is almost like investing in Shiba Inu whenever it was in its infancy stage. And I think that's exactly right. This is a bet, not a bet, but this is a slightly more risky investment that you are doing into Saitama, almost equivalent to investing in Shiba Inu whenever it was the early days. Obviously, we've reaped some of those rewards. I wasn't in Shiba Inu whenever it was in those early stages, but the people that were reaped a lot of rewards from that. So this is one of those opportunities, but you have to remember something. When it comes to these tokens, anybody can make one. People can come together, a development team. They can do this for any token. I'm not saying this is happening with Saitama. What I'm saying is it's risky. It's a little bit more risky because they haven't proved themselves just yet. It's in its infancy stages.
Still a meme.
Exactly. It's a meme token. But the potential is there. And that's why I like this token. The community is strong. And whenever you have good community backing, a coin or a token can do a lot. But I need to be convinced just a little bit more before I really start talking about it on my channel. But I have seen the requests of people saying, hey, cover this token. But I just need to see a little bit more. Maybe talking to the developers, talking to Earpop, watching these videos on this. Having a white paper that's a little bit more solidified than what they have right now. Then I'll start becoming exceedingly more interested in this token. So I can't really say, hey, go after this token. I can't say don't go after this token. All I can really say is that I think it's super early. I mean, I think we're early in Shiba Inu, but I think Saitama's even earlier than this. This is the infancy stages of Shiba Inu.
Exactly. And the big thing that I'm realizing, with the cryptocurrency, because think about this, SHIBARMY. Let's be honest with one another, right? When SHIB was still in its infancy stages, wasn't everyone saying to all the other people on the internet, hey, this is the next Dogecoin? Instead of, what Saitama saying, this is the next SHIB. People were asking individuals, hey, can you cover this one? Can we talk about it? Let's get the internet going. That's how all these cryptocurrencies start. Once they make a use case for themselves, then we start seeing even more of a takeoff, right? So for Saitama Inu, they have their wallet that's going to be hopefully coming out Q3 2021. And so again, that's around the corner. End of next month, potentially, we're going to see it. And Imaj251 dropping the $100 super chat. Imaj, thank you so much. I haven't seen you in a while, but I appreciate all your support, man. He says, some of the people that have come into the SHIB army, that are looking at it as a short side manner. The whole entire cryptocurrency market, the world, financial markets are quickly merging into crypto markets. Absolutely. We have not only looked at SHIB, but all cryptocurrency. Exactly. We don't want to only look at one. And you guys know I am super transparent. For my channel, it's been coverage of SHIB. I've been basically, I'm not the SHIB analyst, I'm not Steve, but I've been just pretty much 110% covering Shiba Inu every single day. I'm not going to ever, deny that for the last 2 months. But in the background, and as I told a lot of the people, I bought Bitcoin. I've been buying Ethereum. I have a couple Ethereums now. I have Cardano, ADA. There's a lot of other cryptocurrencies that I was invested in. Meme tokens? No. Until Saitama came out, which has been exciting me. The price action, the community building aspect, we're going up by thousands of holders each and every day, which is mirroring exactly what happened with Shiba Inu. Back when Shiba Inu, and Rigor Mortis wants to say something, but back before Shiba Inu took off, I would have never invested into it till I found out about the use case. So I made a mistake myself because, again, for me, I was too comfortable with my old investment methodology. And that is, if it's too risky, I'm not going to get into it. If it's somewhat risky, let's put some money in. And if it's not risky at all, I'll put even more money. But as Warren Buffett even says, if he can go back in time, this is for the stock market, if he can go back in time, he wishes that he would have invested into more penny stocks because those are the ones that yielded the highest return. Now, of course, does that mean that every single stock and every single cryptocurrency or meme token is going to explode, go to the moon? Absolutely not. Will there be selective few that will succeed? 100%. Shiba Inu did it, and I think Shiba Inu is only getting started. Saitama Inu is looking like they're getting poised to get ready to have that similar price action, but there's still more room before they actually meet everybody's expectations. So again, sharing my 2 cents with you all. And if you guys haven't already, please smash that like button. We have 520 people in the chat right now and 150 likes. I know we can get the likes up so we can get this out to more people so they just get informed like you and I are today. Rigor Mortis wanted to add something, and I know I missed some super chat. So go ahead, Rigor.
Yeah, what I was going to say is something that does really interest me when it comes to Saitama is their whole tokenomics behind the burn and the redistribution. I really like that.
True.
So this is something that we've been pushing with the early stages of SHIB. We really thought that the swap and burying tokens was going to give us the same kind of artificial effect as burning tokens, but honestly, it's just not what we saw, unfortunately. So I do like the whole tokenomics behind Saitama and the fact that we can get that, I think it's 2% burn, 2% redistribution on every single transaction. That I'm a big fan of. Of course, the circulating supply or the total supply for Saitama is absolutely ridiculous. It's insane. Yeah. But that 2% burn should chip away at it over time, hopefully. It is going to take some time to really get those tokens down. But, I'm curious about when or whether or not they're going to stop a burn eventually. Obviously, you can't burn a token into the ground because there would be no tokens left. If you tax 2% or 4% on every single transaction, then eventually there will be no tokens left.
Right.
In the very, very long-term future. Obviously, we have a bunch of tokens now. But
Absolutely.
I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to have a point in time, or whether or not they're thinking of a point in time. Will they stop the burn and stop the redistribution? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I mean, those are all very, very good questions, and that's why we need to have one of the devs come on and give us their perspective. Since I already asked the SHIB developers to join, and they denied, or they said that they actually aren't interested, which is totally okay. But again, Shai is fantastic. He's been willing to answer questions when I have them. So if you guys do have questions for Shiba Inu, let me know. for Saitama, we're just going to do it via live stream, and I think that's the best way to do it. But one other thing is that redistribution, that 2%, and also the anti-whale mechanics that they have. That's the one thing that I really, really like. So for people who are holding a lot of Saitama Inu, when they try to cash out, they get taxed, a heavy tax. So similar to the Safe Moon mechanism by which they decided to implement that as well. So for the people who are trying to cash out, you get a transaction fee, or you get dinged for doing so. So that's something else that I actually really, really like. But again, Imaj, thank you so much for your support, man. I appreciate you so much. Really, it does mean a lot to me, and you know that. So thank you. And we got Lotto. Lotto says people are depositing SHIB on Coinbase Pro as we speak. Check at Dell Crypto. He reported it first. What? Is this true? I'll have Rigor Mortis look into that. Dell at DLCRXPTO. I'm guessing that's his Twitter. He reported it first. That what? They didn't even make an official announcement. But if that's true, then for all those people who said it's not going to happen, I told you it's going to happen. But that would be such a weird time on a Friday night. And Infinity Money Coin dropping the $5 super chat as well says good. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. And then the Vegeta, the Prince Vegeta with the $2 super chat, he says 100 billion Saitama, 7 million SHIB holding strong. And that's the thing. What people have been asking is, do I buy Saitama Inu? Do I buy Shiba Inu? Do I buy Bitcoin? Buy the ones that you like the most. For me, I have a lot of SHIB and I am holding. I'm going to continue to hold through these rough times because, again, I have that diamond hand mentality and I believe in this thing long term. Same thing for Saitama. It's like this thing has already pumped a lot, but it's still so small in terms of market cap and the potential is still really big. We don't know where this is going to go. There's still a lot of question marks. So again, assess your risk tolerance and identify what are the currencies you like. And depending on your buying power, you can divide it up into the cryptos that you enjoy. For me, right now, mainly SHIB. I have some in other bigger crypto assets, and I have a little bit in Saitama. And so people also are asking, hey, did you end up selling after it went up 200-300%? I did not. And we can go on ShibaSwap, right? ShibaToken.com. You guys know I'm all about transparency, and that's super important to me. And the whole pump and dump phenomena and things like that have been going around everywhere, I'm 110% against, for me, personally. So unless I say, hey guys, I'm going to be selling, I'm not going to sell. Just like my SHIB, holding long, holding strong. And that's what it's all about. So I love it, the Prince Vegeta, diversification, my man. Diamond hands all day, VB Vargas. We have 541 people in the chat. Wow, big shout out to the folks, man. You guys are here on the weekdays, here on the weekends. Much love, SHIB Army. Much love, Saitama, Inu, Wolfpack. I think we're all pretty much becoming one big community. Now, for the Benzinga article that came out today. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Benzinga. They cover all things cryptocurrency, stock market, and they came out with the article. And guess what? Guys, literally what I've been saying. So, stock market psychology. This is crazy. I know it says stock market psychology, but it's this Reddit post. You guys know that it literally happens to everything. Every single thing that we've discussed. Market Psychology 101. I told you guys that we're at the initial takeoff phase. This is for Saitama. We're gonna potentially see if the first sell-off, which we might have already seen, who knows. But again, we're gonna start getting media attention. Then that's when enthusiasm is gonna build up. And the greed, and that's when we see these significant exponential pumps happen. 100, 200, 300, 400% gains in the amount of days to weeks. Literally can happen within a blink of an eye. So, first and foremost, covered by Benzinga. So, they state here, Saitama Inu is a new cryptocurrency that launched in June. The coin is up 76% throughout the last 24 hours. This was something that was posted just today. So, Friday. Well, I guess it's Saturday now. So blowing Dogecoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin out of the water. What is Saitama Inu? Are you an investor with a heavy risk appetite? As I always mention, very, very risky. This could be the new coin for you. Like many other newer cryptocurrencies, Saitama Inu is built on the decentralized network, which we know is an ERC20 token, built to be a new way for users to make monetary transactions. This coin is built on the Ethereum network, ERC20. We know all this. So they kind of talk about a couple other things. on how to buy and that kind of thing, which if you guys want me to make a video, again, I'm slowly but surely becoming more and more bullish on this token. Started off as, more of a speculative play, but now I'm starting to actually really, really like what I'm seeing. And again, media coverage is step 2 in the process. And before that, the enthusiasm is going to increase. Of course, there's going to be greed and the delusion, this whole new paradigm thing. The same thing that happened to SHIB. If we look at SHIB's price action, every single token, every single cryptocurrency, every single stock goes through this exact same cycle. Every single one. And here it is. So for SHIB, this was back on May 9th. We saw a sell-off. But remember, these are market cycles. So one day, the cycle will repeat itself and we're going to go back to those all-time highs. But understanding, hey, this is something that cycles over and over and over. Let us make sure that we get in and also have an exit strategy at the same time. That's one of the other big things that we need to understand and know. So shout out to Apple I Win, dropping the $1 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate your support. And like the name, Apple I Win. Thank you, thank you. Benzinga is 100 on Saitama Inu. Yeah. Again, it's the media coverage is getting started, and and I know Saitama Inu recently got listed on an exchange, so there's a lot of excitement for this token, and the community is growing, the amount of holders and everything else. So go on Coinbase Wallet, go drops the DApps. Okay, it looks like Rigor is right now checking to see if Coinbase Pro listed SHIB again. They didn't make any official announcement, which maybe it's just going to be delayed. Coinbase Pro. Let's go on their Twitter quick and check out what they had to say. USDC is now available for residents in Mexico. Yeah, there were really no updates. Because if they did list SHIB, that would be... I'm going to expect the market to react for sure because of the access. But right now, nothing really. Nothing really at all. If Evicia, I sold all my SHIB. I'll buy it back once it shows when it shows a bit more. At this point, I'll just keep losing money. I know it's been tough. I know we've entered into more bearish territory, but really, guys, for me, it's a hold. And of course, you can decide what you want to do because ultimately it's your decision. We need the developers to come out and publicly make some statements since the swap dropped. But you guys have to remember also, for the swap dropping, that was pretty big. And they did a really good job with the launch, the liquidity event, everything about it. And maybe they want to, because it's only been 3 weeks. It hasn't even been that long. It's only been a few weeks since the swap went live. So now we're just waiting for some more positive, for more positive catalysts to come about, including listing exchanges and other big things too. But for right now, things have just kind of been running a little bit stagnant. But if you're someone that's like me, that's very long-term on this crypto and have some patience and risk tolerance, then I think hopefully we're going to see a really, really bright future very, very soon. But really, for Saitama, it's just been mania, crazy price action over time. Let's go to DEX tools real quick. It looks like there's some stuff on Reddit. Nothing really. Well, Saitama Inu's, I didn't even finish really reading the Benzinga article to full detail, but it says, while Saitama Inu's 24-hour return is impressive, the coin's return throughout the last week is even more shocking. At press time, the coin is up more than 1,000% from its price last Friday. So in the last 7 days, this is up 10x. That means, following the rules of tens, 1-0 has already been removed just in 1 week. How to buy? So again, it's currently not available on any large exchanges, and that's the other big thing. When I talk about infancy stage, this hasn't even been listed on Binance. Like the big one was BFX? I'm not even sure. It was a semi, again, decently sized, decentralized exchange. But the only way to really get this token right now is through swaps. So really excited to see what happens. I'm super, super excited. And this is the first time I got into a token this early. And I think Rigor Mortis is still doing his due diligence to find, but yeah. Joshua said, grapefruit. What was that? Let me see. Oh, man. One sec. I have so many tabs up. Sheesh. Joshua, nope. With the $3 super chat says, grapefruit. It's on sale. Buy a bag. I'm holding. Just holding on to my grapefruit, not doing anything else. Let's see. Shiba Bone Collector. We got Candasia Foods coming in. He says, thank you so much for the $10. Candasia says, I swapped my remaining SHIB and closed. I swapped my remaining Shiba and closed my position in Doge. I put everything in Bone Ethereum pool, up to 309 liquidity pool tokens, earning 155 bones a day. I figure I'll just keep earning bones for now. Hey, Candasia, everybody has their own game plan and everyone has created their own, convictions. For you, obviously, making 155 bones a day with the current value of Bone at $2.50, and if you're long on it, say Bone ever goes to $50, just say it happens. 155 bones a day. 155 bones a day. Let's just do a quick calculator so I don't miss anything. 150 multiplied, 155 bones a day, multiplied by $50. That is insanity. $7,750 per day potentially that you're making. If it goes back to 50. And again, some people have a $75 price target. Some have 100. But again, Candasia, I really hope that you see some magnificent gains. And remember, guys, my go-to strategy for any investment, because you guys always ask me, what are you doing with your cryptocurrencies? What are you doing with your tokens? For me, if it's something that you're long-term on, that you're looking to hold without a headache. Excuse me, my throat. If it's something that you're long-term on and you're looking to get into without a headache, what I always recommend is invest, wait for it to double, and take out your initial investment. So same thing for Candasia. Again, I don't want to say it's financial advice. Not financial advice by any means, but my strategy is always double your money. If it's something that you're long-term on, double your money, take out your initial, and let the rest ride the wave. Always my go-to. But that's just me. But again, thank you so much for your support, and I appreciate your take. And I think Rigor Mortis has something to add on.
So I'm on my Coinbase Pro account right now, and what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to deposit some SHIB, and there is actually a deposit button. I don't know if that existed before, but because they were only allowing withdrawals for a certain number of days, but there is a deposit button. Whenever I click deposit, it tells me that it's going to take 35 network confirmations, and then whenever I click that, it just loads. So it's not. I think I'll just let it load, and then if we see something happen, then I'll tell you guys on stream. But as of right now, I click deposit and everything, and it's just loading. So we'll see what happens there. If anybody has any experience or has tried depositing right now, you guys can tell me if this is the same thing that you guys are seeing. But as of right now, it just looks like it's loading up.
Absolutely. Man, oh man, oh man.
But I don't know. I don't know if that deposit button existed before for Shiba Inu on Coinbase Pro, but
I'm not certain. I'm actually not sure at all.
If it wasn't there before, it's there now.
All right. But I didn't even know you had a Coinbase Pro account. Do you have to?
I do.
Oh, all right. Well, he's trying right now, seeing if the confirmations go through. But if it does, then that means we're officially listed. We're just going to wait for the official announcement for people to potentially get back into it. But we'll see where it goes from there. All right. And Loud to Smooth with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, bro, you have a Devin here in here yesterday. He donated $50 to you. Nam Tran. Lau, you're right. And I actually got to talk to Nam. Thank you for everybody that connected us last night too. After the stream. That wasn't last night. 2 nights ago. Was that 2 nights ago? That was yesterday. Yeah. So Nam and I had a pretty good conversation just about the project itself. And I told him, like, even through that dialogue that I never unfortunately got from any other crypto that I've covered on the channel, not HBAR, not Telcoin, not Ethereum, nothing else. So for the first time, I got to talk to a development team of a crypto that's been doing very, very well. So I told him, hey, I hope that I can bring you on or one of the other developers to come talk on the channel, and he said we'd be more than happy to answer community questions directly via video chat. So, guys, all I can say is for anybody that wants to look into Saitama or wants to learn more before getting in, write down questions. Come up with your questions now, and we're going to do hopefully a live AMA with one of the dev team members, and they're going to just tell us everything that we want to know. And I told them I need full transparency. That's something that is super important for me, because I don't want anyone to be led astray, or misguided in any way, shape, or form. But still, remember, I'm going to continue to stress this, that this is a very, 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 very risky play, but we've seen a lot of success. And my wallet didn't link yet. I'm going to link it on my laptop here to show you guys my position and how well it's been doing already, which I've been pretty impressed with compared to anything else in the market. And Ivica dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. This is as the price went down after the swap came out and eToro, I looked at the Etherscan, and the Etherscan showed a massive sell-off. I'll be back in once it moves again. So again, Ivica, of course, to each his own. And you probably have your own investment strategy. For me, I'm going to just continue to hold for sure. I'm not looking to sell, although we did see a sell-off, although we're not seeing the best of price action. But as soon as a catalyst comes about, this thing can jump right back up. So I don't want to have, that paper hand mentality, selling out of my position at 620 Satoshis, and then it jumps up after Coinbase Pro officially makes an announcement that, hey, we're relisting SHIB today, and then we see it go back to 800, 900 Satoshi units. It's just not what I want to do for sure. Not for SHIB. So yeah. Saitama has an AMA every Friday. Yep, I know. And again, that's a great place. That's a great place for people to discuss anything they want to know from the Saitama developers directly. SHIB is not dead. I agree. It's not. But we also have to understand that there's peaks and there's troughs. And right now we're just troughing a little bit, right? Kind of running stagnant. But I'm very hopeful. And trust me, the excitement is going to come back up, especially because the overall crypto market is performing very well. That's the big thing that we need to understand and see. Look at Bitcoin heading over to 42,000. And it did definitely touch there today. Big Daddy Bitcoin. What do we got here? Darcy Scott, thank you so much for dropping the $15 super chat. And Darcy says, have you invested in TDRG yet? Darcy, to be honest, I have no idea what that is. TDRG. I've never even heard of TDRG. Let me just pull it up here and see TDRG coin. No. Drug Club. Oh, goodness. TDRG coin. TDRG? There's DRG, but I don't see anything with TDRG. But yeah, maybe you can clarify this to make sure, but I have not heard of this token at all, actually. But again, looking at Bitcoin's price action for the last 3 months, we were bearish. And one of my friends he's really, really good with technical analysis, and he told me Bitcoin's big resistance is 42K. If we can surpass 42,000, things are going to start looking really, really good in terms of bulls versus bears. So again, since the sell-off, really, through the month of May and the month of June, we finally broke out of the $40,000 resistance for the first time, pretty much. So things are starting to look much, much better. Came all the way to 29,000. And I love the fact that who bought the dip? Kathy Wood, someone who also was one of the presenters and panelists, if you will, for the the B Word conference. She bought at 29,000, literally exactly. Increase her position size because as ARK Invest, they're very transparent about their buys and sells. So bought it at 29, and look at that, literally just on its way up, and things have been looking really, really good. So that's super exciting. Morgan Price dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Check out Bone 7-day chart. Possibly a great entry point to take those Saitama gains out and swap for bone. Possibly, Morgan. Let's go ahead and check it out. And Apple I1 dropping the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you. You should send a message as well. Really appreciate you, my man. He says, Pharmacisto and Rigor Logical. Love you guys. I love you too, man. We appreciate you. Invest with a Purpose says, what's good, Pop? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How are you doing, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. Shannon C. At $15 in Ethereum sitting in my wallet 16 days ago and bought Saitama with it for just the fun of it. And now it's worth $400. $15 to $400. That is insanity. That is insanity. Wow. JF666 says, have a look at. So this is the second person that mentions TRDG. TRDG. Okay, maybe I misspelled it the first time. TRDG coin. Have you heard of TRDG coin? Tardigrades Finance. Is that what it is? Tardigrades. Tardigrades? Is that what it is? Such an interesting name. Jeez. The market cap is 1.8 million. Yikes. Yeah, that is very, very small. Haven't heard of this token. Its market cap is too small. When does this thing even go live? July, beginning of July. I have no idea what it is. That's crazy. If this is an accurate market cap, that's pretty insane. Tardigrades Finance. Haven't heard of this one at all. First time. Tardigrades. Anybody? Anyone know anything about this? Market cap of 1.7 million. Is it an ERC20 DeFi type token? Launched March 2021. We are still here. TRDG went 40x on BSC in the space of 1 month. In the span of 1 month. We have an active Telegram group. You can buy on Pancake, Uniswap. TRDG. Yeah, I have no idea what this is, to be honest. I'll look into it. I'll read the white paper, see if there's anything that interests me, and cover it that way. I'm just scared because we're live right now, and I know people might just go and look into it right away. But guys, right now I'm just saying that this has a very microscopic market cap, meaning that if you literally put in $1, it might go up. So just hold off. I'll look into it. Someone else can maybe do some research as well. Dedicated wallet. Yeah, I'll look into the white paper a little bit. I appreciate your support, by the way, JF. No idea what this is, but I'll look into it. Let me just add it to my phone and at least keep track of it. Let's see. Notes. Add. T. What was the ticker one more time? TRDG, is that right? Okay, TRDG. All right, got it on the list. Rigor Mortis, you haven't been talking much, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out this whole Coinbase Pro situation. So apparently people are seeing SHIB starting to be populated into their Coinbase Pro account, and I don't know if anybody's been able to successfully deposit SHIB into Coinbase Pro just yet. So I'm waiting for that, but a lot of people are saying that they're anticipating that it gets listed next week on Coinbase Pro.
So it could be next week then. Rug pull candidate says, Sind, yeah, that TRDG thing, I would stay away from it for right now, because I'll do some research just to respect the fact that someone dropped a super chat and everything like that. But for right now, I'm not touching it. No way. Way too low of a market cap. That's going to be way too volatile. Could literally be, I don't know anything about it. Could be one person holding all of it. And yeah, scary. It's scary. When we see tokens like that, it's pretty scary stuff. So Coinbase Pro listing maybe tomorrow. I feel like this needs to be a dedicated, someone needs to, create something around that. So we'll see. Give some updates to the community. Crazy. The graph for this thing has been absolute, just parabolic. Crazy for Saitama. I'm excited, man. And I'm excited for SHIB too. I know the graph isn't as attractive, but guys, I love the community, and I love this cryptocurrency. Love all the opportunities that it's presented for me from passive income means in terms of the swap, utilizing all those features. And in addition to that, also all the other things that I was able to do for the channel, the SHIBARMY support. So again, Shiba Inu will always come first, always. But right now, if it's just me talking about how things are bearish, and people on the channel, right, I try to take feedback as well as possible. So I try to listen in to see what everyone is talking about. And yeah, like people have been telling me, hey, why do you talk about the same things every day for SHIB? Because there's no new news. Why are you wasting our time? And so that kind of stuff gets to me over time. So they're like, hey, don't talk about it unless there's something to talk about. So right now, there are some things that I want to mention, of course, that we talked about on the stream. So we'll see very soon. And Invest with a Purpose says your setup is looking better. You're on your way, my friend. I'm traveling right now. Invest with a Purpose. So this is not even my typical setup. I do like it though. The lighting in here is really good, especially for 2 in the morning. It looks nice.
So
James Bond says Rigor Shiba.
On Reddit, Shaitoshi said what he said was because hitting 0.01 or hitting 1 cent without a crazy burn or something along those lines would infer total anarchy, which I guess is possible. That's why we said if. So I think what he's hinting at is the possibility of a burn. They kind of hinted at this in the past. I think people that are holding bone, and once the doggy DAO comes out, this will be a little bit more clear to us. But the developers have always been against the burn, just due to the tokenomics of Shiba Swap that they thought was going to, kind of infer an artificial burn, which didn't really happen in my eyes. But we'll see. I don't think that's set in stone just yet. I think it's a big if right now on their end. Mm-hmm. But it would be interesting. What I think he's trying to say is that if we had a burn on every single purchase, then we could potentially make our way to 1 cent. But without doing that, and he said this multiple times, without a burn, there's literally no way we're going to get to 1 cent. It's pretty much what he's been reiterating. So it'd be interesting. We'll see as things start becoming a little bit more clear with the whole voting system.
Absolutely, and that's from Shai, our one go-to, pretty much the face of SHIB at this point, Shaitoshi. So again, if he's telling us that, let's pay attention. And I am King Matt dropping the $5 super chat. Says I have 1.02 billion SHIB staked for 0.5%, 3 months, and 171 billion Saitama, and 2.5 trillion Inu. Haven't heard of that one either. AINU. There's so many different dog tokens, and I know they're popping off. It's attractive. It's easy for people to make. I found out how easy it is today to make an ERC20 token, which caught me off guard. I was like, is it really that simple? Is it that simple to create a cryptocurrency of your own? So it's kind of scary. I'm hoping that there becomes, I would like the creation of tokens to maybe be a little bit more regulated, so people don't create, because I know people have been devastated in terms of the amount of money they've been losing from getting into some of these, pump and dump schemes or things that have really no basis to them. So again, I always say invest with your own risk, and know any of the cryptocurrencies that are out there right now, even Bitcoin and Ethereum, extremely volatile. Some are more so than others, but just always, please invest with caution. We have 620 people in the chat right now at nearly 2 in the morning Central Time. So if you guys haven't already, please smash that like button. In the link in the description, we have Rigor Mortis live with us. Make sure you guys go over to his channel and subscribe as well. The man, the myth, the legend. We appreciate his intake and perspective on things. And again, Unk Self-Made, thank you so Unique Self-Made for the $1 super chat. Thank you, my man. And Hawk's Nest coming back on the stream with the $5 super chat. When will you drop Shiba if no movement in the next month? Also, how much Saitama do you need to invest to own? How much do you need to invest to own? I'm not sure about the latter question, but the former, for me, it's if there's no movement, I'm still holding. Like that's me, right? I'm a man with conviction, and I believe in their long-term vision in terms of their ecosystem, in terms of the gains that people are seeing from passive means of income. Sure, the hype might not be there right now, but at any given moment, after there's more access from other exchange listings, including Coinbase, probably as soon as next week, I think we're going to start seeing some significant price action, and people who paper hand it out coming right back in. So that's just my take, Hawk's Nest. But how much Saitama do you need to invest to own? I mean, as little as probably whatever is the least you can do, $1, 10 cents. I'm not even sure, but you could probably go pretty low. No more doggies, only Targetaries. We are the strongest animal in the universe. TRDG. Oh man. These TRDG folks are pretty I don't even is that what you call a shiller?
They're vocal.
They're vocal. I like it. I am King Matt dropping the $100 super chat. Holy smokes, man. That's too much. I hope that wasn't an accident. But thank you so much, man. Just saying, what are some of the other cryptos that you are watching? I can show you guys. So really, the things that are on my watch list and that I'm really excited about, of course, Bitcoin. I think anybody that's in the crypto space needs to always have the mother of all, Bitcoin. I'm very bullish on Ethereum, especially what's happening next week with the new Ethereum 2.0, the hard fork, everything that's going to come with it, the upgrades. Again, $10,000, $20,000 price targets for Ethereum I think are very, very realistic. The other thing that I'm currently holding is Cardano. I established a position recently, and I'm going to continue to hopefully build that out, especially with smart contracts coming out and all the things they have on their pipeline. And there's a reason that it's the top 10 cryptocurrency, now top 5, passing Ripple recently. Guys, Cardano is something of the future. Everything about it I like, and I want to start actually focusing on these other cryptos as well to make sure that I give you guys the most up-to-date information and give you guys, kind of my 2 cents about all these different cryptos. So we talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we'll also have Rigor Mortis kind of give his top ones as well. Cardano or ADA. Dogecoin I have a little bit of a position in just because I'm a huge fan of Elon, huge fan of Tesla. I hope to one day own one of their vehicles because, again, I just love it. I love the fact that he's backing it so heavily and he's also invested in it. Excites me. If we scroll down a little further, I'm also invested in, let's see, where are we going? I started a small position in AMP after Mr. Brian Edwards told me to do so. Of course, Shiba Inu. Got a significant position in SHIB. As you guys know, few $1,000s. It's one of my biggest positions. Actually, probably is my biggest position in my portfolio as a single crypto is going to be the SHIB and its ecosystem. So SHIB Bone Unleashed, the 3. HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. This cryptocurrency, again, created by folks at MIT, everything about this crypto really excites me. I have a dedicated video if you want to go back and watch it on my channel. HBAR is nothing but fantastic. If you guys look, I'm just going to pop this up quick because I haven't talked about HBAR at all in like months. HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. They're already on Coinbase, of course. But if you guys want to just look at something real quick, I want to show you. Aside from governance, they're working with big companies here in the United States. And I'm talking really big companies, including Boeing, some big banks. You guys see LG, IBM, Google. They're doing it. They're doing the things that a lot of other cryptos are trying to do as well. But the big thing that I want to show you is what's on the screen right now. The 3rd generation public ledger. So in terms of transaction, look at the first thing here. Transactions per second. Bitcoin, 3 transactions per second. Ethereum, 12 transactions per second. Hedera, HBAR, does 10,000 transactions per second. So if we're talking speed and efficiency, HBAR outperforms Ethereum and Bitcoin both. The average fee, $22.57 for Bitcoin, $19.55, and this is in USD. For Hedera, 0.0001 USD is the average fee. Transaction confirmations, if you've ever sent Ethereum or Bitcoin out there, 10 to 60 minutes usually for a Bitcoin transaction. It takes too long. So again, store of value, different ball game. Bitcoin is huge. But in terms of actual utilization and use case, HBAR outperforms both Ethereum and Bitcoin, 3 to 5 seconds. And last but not least, the energy usage per transaction. One of the big things, the biggest caveats about Bitcoin and Ethereum, what people have been saying, including Musk himself, and that's the reason why Tesla stopped utilizing Bitcoin or accepting them for payment, is the energy usage. The kilowatt hours, 885 from Bitcoin, 102 from Ethereum, and HBAR 0.00017. Insane, guys. Insane. So HBAR, I am 110% bullish on. I need to increase my position. Me even talking about it now reminded me how much I really like this cryptocurrency. So if there's one that I ask you guys to do your due diligence on, I can make a new video about it. If you guys want me to, just let me know in the comments or in the chat. But guys, this one here, really, I think it has, and there's a YouTube video from an MIT lecture from one of the developers who went there and lectured some of the computer science students. And I was 110% fascinated. A 50-minute lecture, and he talked about all the things that they have in their pipeline. And really, everything about it makes sense. And they're currently working in the Middle East, trying to work with the Bank of, I think it's Abu Dhabi. They're working one of the banks to try to start utilizing HBAR as an actual form of currency in the Emirates. If that happens, that's going to be a game changer. So there it is. Long answer short for I am King Matt. I hope that helps kind of let you know. And of course, Saitama Inu, I'm diversified in. And as I mentioned earlier, Shiba Inu as well. Thank you so much, my man. And let's see. Jameson Lee dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, been holding. Oh man, I am King Matt. What are you doing, man? Jameson Lee dropping the $5 super chat says, been holding Saitama Inu token since early July. Over 50 trillion. The growth has been crazy. What are your thoughts on it? It has. It's been absolutely insane. Parabolic. Not slowing down at all. So Jameson, I'm excited to see what happens. I think it's just getting started. But also, Jameson Lee, if you're holding that much, man, just, be careful. I'm sure you're very bullish on it and you're long term. But regardless, my investment strategy is so I don't have too much risk in the market itself or in a cryptocurrency single-handedly. What I'll do is I'll probably take out my initial or take out some profits from the top so I don't have, a heart attack if it drops significantly. But that's all I had for you, Jameson. I am King Matt dropping another $100 super chat. I am King Matt. Who are you, man? This is the first time I think I've seen you on the stream. But thank you so much for your support. It says, what is SHIB and Saitama looking at the end of the year and towards the end of next year? What are they looking like? So I want Rigor Mortis to kind of first talk about his crypto assets that he's really bullish on and the things that he holds in his own portfolio. And then we'll talk about price predictions from both of us for Shiba Inu and Saitama Inu. I got you, my man, Matt. And Matt, hit me up on any social, man. I really appreciate all your support tonight. You've been absolutely insane, man.
For sure. So things that cryptocurrencies that I'm a big fan of, and not necessarily holding, but just ones that I'm a big fan of. Obviously, Shiba Inu, that's my biggest position. Mm-hmm. Ether is a close second. I'm a big fan of Ethereum as well. Other ones that I like, but I'm meaning to start a position in, but haven't yet. Algorand or Algo, I'm a big fan of that one. I like the fact that you can get an APY for that. And ADA, Cardano, we talked about that. Hedera Hashgraph, another one that I'm a big fan of. AMP, just based off of the previous live stream, and we discussed that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Starting to grow a little bit of good sentiment towards that one as well. But to be quite honest with you guys, a lot of these tokens are extremely well-established tokens, and for me, I'm trying to find the diamond in the rough right now. I'm trying to find these tokens that have big potential, but small market caps, and
love it.
That's kind of what I've been trying to chase after right now. And I thought I had found it in SHIB, and I still believe that I found it in SHIB, but obviously only time will tell. So whenever somebody asks me for a price target for the end of the year, the end of next year, when it comes to some of these tokens, it's a little bit tougher to do because it's all based off of a roadmap. When it comes to a coin like Bitcoin, there is no roadmap. It's just Bitcoin. It's that. There's no development team. There's one guy that made it quite a long time ago, and that's about all we have. So when it comes to Bitcoin, the price is a little bit more easy to traject, but when it comes to some of these tokens that have a very well-defined roadmap and timeline and targets that they want to hit, it's a little bit more tricky. But I'll let your pop kind of cover that, where he thinks it's going to be by the end of the year, and then I can give my 2 cents as well when it comes to SHIB specifically.
Fantastic. So there's our Rigor Mortis' takes and some of his cryptos. But again, really appreciate the feedback that you guys gave. So it seems like people are excited to hear more about HBAR. So that's pretty awesome. let's let's get talking about it. I'll definitely maybe make a dedicated video. Although I already have one recorded, it didn't get much traction at all because again, most people are looking for it right now. More overhyped things or things that have a lot of backing from the community. So yeah, but regardless, we can definitely talk about HBAR in more detail, either on a stream or I can make a dedicated video. But thank you guys so much. Nadeem Kwarshi dropping the $5 super chat. I am holding Unity Protocol. Need your comments on that coin, where you see it in the next 3 months. Unity Protocol, are you aware of it?
No, I was going to say, don't forget, I am King Matt. He asked for a price target for SHIB and Saitama.
Right.
For this year and towards the end of next year.
So for SHIB, I can give a more predictable one. For Saitama, if it's going at the rate that it's going at right now, we're not talking 10x. We're not talking 100x. But if it continues this 100% day over day, like, I don't know. I don't know when this is going to end. I don't know when this pump is going to stop. Because it pumps and a slight sell-off, then it pumps with a slight sell-off, and it pumps. Similar to what SHIB looked like earlier in the month of April and May. Because there was catalyst after catalyst, good sentiments after good sentiments. Overall market was very bullish. The same things are happening around Saitama now. The market is looking like it's starting that bull run again. Bitcoin wants to go back to its all-time highs. The bulls are out. So if that happens, good sentiments, good news for this cryptocurrency, more holders, really just stack over stack, which can create that very almost squeeze-like effect where we see parabolic gains, which inevitably at some point there's going to be a correction, there'll be a sell-off, but we don't know when. So for Saitama, I can't really give a good price prediction for the end of the year. But if this continues, I don't know, 100x, 1000x, who knows? Like, you really don't know. And that's why I decided to partake in it, to see what happens. For SHIB, this changed pretty significantly. So for me, at first, I said by the end of the year, I could see SHIB going from basically maybe a 20 to 30x. This was before the swap was released and all the things were going to happen. I was like, people are going to utilize it. And that's what happened for the first couple weeks during that liquidity event. Once the percentages, the APR, APY decreased post liquidity event and the amount of minted bone and all these things, people started getting upset, paper handing out of their position. And so they left, but they slowly but surely will be coming back in as catalysts come about. So I think for SHIB, at the very least, in my opinion, going back to all-time highs, I think is very possible, especially after we get listed on more major exchanges, including Coinbase Pro. Now, with Robinhood finishing its IPO, finally a publicly traded company, they might finally acknowledge our request to get listed on their brokerage. Again, compared to SHIB, there's a very insignificant, not SHIB, compared to Coinbase, Robinhood has a lot less users actually. So Coinbase Pro, number one catalyst that we're looking for, Robinhood listing would be great too. But between now and the end of the year, if we see things like Shibarium, updates about that, and more excitement, and continued community growth, and I'm talking hopefully 1 million holders by the end of the year, really, I think very realistically, a 10x gain, going back to all-time highs or even doubling all-time highs is very, very possible. But again, it's going to take patience, and it's going to take a lot of, again, just community involvement, and the excitement that we had a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, needs to continue on through the end of the year, which is going to be difficult to maintain. As you guys can see, when things get a little bearish, people paper hand. And then we just see folks are like, what's going on? Why aren't we seeing, the run up? So again, for SHIB, 10 to potentially 20x, I still think is possible. But at the very least, going back to all-time highs, 600% increase from current value, no brainer in my opinion. I think it's very, very much a possibility. How about you, Rigor Mortis? How about you give your take?
I have the exact same sentiments, but I'm even more bullish when it comes to Shiba Inu personally. I think we are still extremely early when it comes to this cryptocurrency. I don't think the rise is going to be like some people are expecting. I think it's going to be a slow, gradual rise, good catalyst getting us there. The development team making good on their promises when it comes to some of those things in the pipeline and making Ryoshi's vision come to life. I think we are just extremely early, and there's a lot of questions that need to be answered when it comes to Shiba Inu, and I think some of those questions are going to be answered. The whole vision, the Doggy DAO, Shibarium, there's still so many things that we are anticipating. What governance bone is going to get us? There's a lot of things in the pipeline that are very exciting when it comes to the whole ecosystem, and that's why I keep reiterating that I think we are very early when it comes to Shiba Inu. I think it's a little bit easier. Like I said, whenever you look at the cryptocurrency market as a whole, it's easy to make price targets for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Slightly harder to make one for Shiba Inu. Practically impossible to do to do it for something like Saitama. When it comes to SHIB though specifically, I do think it's possible for us to at least minimum, I think around the 10 to 20x like your pop was saying, but I think even more is possible. It just kind of depends on whether or not we can kind of get past this whole meme token territory that people are so stuck on staying in right now. Get listed on Coinbase, get listed on Robinhood. We're already on eToro. These are the types of things that make us more stamp our way into becoming a more legitimate token. And from there, I think the rise is going to be a little bit more organic with people that are actually in belief and have conviction when it comes to the developers and the roadmap that they've laid out. And those are the types of investors that we want in this token now, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I think that's what's going to get us back to those all-time highs and even beat those all-time highs. But I don't think it's going to happen overnight.
Totally agree. You know, that 100, 200, 300% pump that we saw SHIB kind of undergo back in May, I don't foresee it in the short term. But over time, healthy, steady growth, I 110% think it's going to start happening. Let the paper hands leave. Let the whales cash out. Let the manipulators dip out. Let the ones who don't truly believe exit. And then we'll get the new investors in. The diamond handers like you and I that, you know, every time we get buying power, we increase our position slightly because we believe in this thing long term. That's when we'll see healthy, organic growth over time. So that's what I got for you there. And thank you again. I am King Matt. And dropping yet another $100 super chat. Matt, what are you doing, my man? Of course, we appreciate all your support. So thank you so much. King Matt, man, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. Add moderator. Matt, I just made you a mod. So again, welcome to the Your Pop stream. I guess you said here, I'm a new investor into crypto, and I've been waiting for ever a single live or video that you drop. I have about $8,000 in crypto right now, and just hoping for big gains sometime between now and 2025. I am King Matt. I hope you see some phenomenal gains, my friend. Diversification, in my opinion, Matt, is key. I am bullish on SHIB. I am very bullish on SHIB. Now, recently, I've also picked up excitement for the Saitama Inu, up 200% in a couple days, which is just absolutely insane. I've made more money in Saitama Inu in the last 2 days than I've made in all my crypto investments for the last few months because we were kind of bearish. So that's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. I actually lost a little bit of money in some of my investments, but Saitama kind of put me back into the green, and things are looking a lot better now. So I'm excited for what it has in store. Very high risk though. So again, Matt, always, you know what I should start doing, guys? Maybe I should start. I feel like I should create a portfolio, and maybe from your guys' requests, we can kind of rank cryptos, right? So there's a YouTuber by the name of Dead Inside who talks about stocks, more speculative play stocks, and he talks about he ranks them. So there's a ranking that he uses, and he says this is a very high risk, a very high reward, but I'm gonna invest money into it, like one that allows him to sleep at night, for example. So high risk, low risk, high reward, medium risk, medium reward, or finally high risk, high reward. One more time. So sometimes there's things that are very low risk with reward, could be decent reward, high reward, whatever, but again, very low risk. So that's when we're talking from the stock market, index funds, in the crypto market. That's more so those more stable, bigger cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, those have already established a support level. Overall, a decent support, at least it seems like. Once we went into the bearish territory, they held pretty strong. They didn't have a significant sell-off. So those are now what we call more stable tokens. Again, they come with decent reward, but pretty low risk. But when it comes to some of these others, the ones that we're talking about on my channel, and I've done so the same thing for the stock market and the stocks that I talk about, very high risk, but come with very high reward. So with that being said, it's investing money into it that you're at least willing to lose. And by that, I don't mean you actually want to lose the money, but you're able to stomach the volatility when there are sell-offs or when there's some manipulation in price. And that's what it's all about. Appreciate you, Heinz Ramsey, dropping the €5 super chat. Thank you so much for your support today, man. And King Matt, again, really, all I could say is I appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate all that you're doing, because that's pretty amazing, man. Morgan Price saying Bitcoin bull flag forming. Is it? I think Bitcoin is ready for breakout. It's really looking like it. We can draw technicals, which I don't really do much of, but 41.5. Again, 42,235. Right now we know that's the intraday high. If we could pass that resistance point, who knows what's next after that. I think it's going to be pretty dang exciting, though. Pretty dang exciting, if you ask me. Oh, man. Matt. Matt, please. That's too much, man. Oh, man. Matt, thank you so much, my brother. But really, just send a normal chat. It's okay, man. I appreciate your support. This is way too much, though. I get uncomfortable. I don't know why, but I know there's some content creators that are, but for me, like, man, that's too much. But I appreciate all your support. He says, I understand the concern about the risk, but here's the deal. If you don't take risks, you never truly learn to invest better. The risk doesn't bother me. As long as I keep working, I can make the money back and keep investing. How long have you been investing? Matt, I started investing in cryptocurrency. Again, man, all I could say is thank you because you are insane. Guys, right now in the chat, hashtag I am King Matt, because this man is just absolutely insane. And Rigor Mortis included, because I see his reactions. He's like, what? We're both pretty mind blown right now. But Matt, I started investing into cryptocurrency in 2017. 2017 is when I started, and I made my biggest mistakes. And that's why I decided to make my channel. And at first, I talked about the stock market, and I told everyone who was trading stocks with me that, guys, I am basically trying to help people understand the mistakes that I made, fear of missing out, buying at the peak, all the things that I did that were wrong. I'm trying to help individuals understand that, hey, everything goes through a cycle. I sold Bitcoin in 2017, Matt. Believe it or not, in 2017, I sold my Bitcoin for $3,000. $3,000. Because I thought it was never going to go back up. Soon after that, it literally started skyrocketing and went up all the way to 19,000. And then I bought some more. I bought Bitcoin then closer to the peak at 18, 19 because people were like, it's going to 100,000. So I made that mistake. I got into that market psychology of, man, that fear of missing out. I need to buy now. I need to buy now as things are surging. So that's why I started learning about dollar cost averaging in, slowly but surely entering your, increasing a position size in different cryptocurrencies. But really, it's been fantastic. It's been a journey. I've seen some phenomenal gains. You know, again, I don't really show my portfolio or anything because I've been mainly invested in stocks. But when it comes to crypto, I've seen some pretty awesome gains too, more recently, which I'm very, very happy about. So it's been a great ride. But I agree with what you said there. If you don't take risks, let me read that one more time. I understand the concern, but about the risk, but here's the deal. If you don't take risks, as Matt says, then you never truly learn how to invest better. That's 110% true. I 100% agree with you. And that's for me. That's why I made the channel about speculative plays, because people like speculative plays. They want to learn more about them, and they want to get in on some, knowing that it does come with high risk. But unfortunately, there are still new investors coming into the space, and they're like, man, I just continue, I lost money, or I'm not making any gains from my crypto, or things are trading sideways. They don't understand that idea of actually having diamond hands, paper versus diamond hands, and all these things. But Matt, definitely hit me up if you have any social media, Twitter, anything. You know, your support has been ridiculous tonight, and Rigor Mortis is over there nodding. But I want to have him kind of touch on a few things there too, in terms of when he started investing and why he's really, getting a lot more interested into this now. And also, Nadim, real quick, I am holding Unity Protocol. Need your comments on that coin, where you see it in the next 3 months. So Nadim, I actually don't know what it is. So I'll let Rigor Mortis speak quick, and maybe I can look into it in the background. So here is the mic pass off.
So just like your pop, I actually started investing in cryptocurrencies back in 2017 and made quite a good amount of money and pretty much lost it all in 2018. I was one of those people that invested, and I was very excited about cryptocurrencies at the time, and I lost pretty much a majority of not only my gains but my initial investment as well. And instead of selling for a huge loss, I decided to just leave it in there, and I pretty much just forgot about that. I was really busy with some things during that time, didn't really have a lot of time to keep up with the market, so I became pretty disinterested, and I said whatever happens to the money that I put in initially, it's okay. You know, I've learned, like you said, made my mistakes, and whatever happens happens. And I decided to hold throughout those, you know, couple of years where cryptocurrency wasn't doing so hot, and then all of a sudden, you know, we got on this crazy bull run, and things started looking really good for my portfolio, and I was really happy. And that's because I had made a lot of my money back, and not only that, I was starting to see a little bit of gains. But still, at that time, this was probably early in 2020, I still wasn't super interested in the cryptocurrency market. I was focused more on the stock market, actually. But then I started hearing about some of these tokens, you know, some of these decentralized exchanges, and how people were making crazy amounts of money, and how you can invest in projects early on that you think are going to do well in the future. And that's why I became so interested in Shiba Inu, because I saw the potential in this token. I saw what happened before. I invested in SHIB after that huge initial pump back in, you know, mid-May or something like that. I actually started getting in probably late May, I want to say. And, you know, the rest is pretty much history now. This token has pretty much revolutionized my view on crypto, and the reason why I'm in cryptocurrency so heavily today, and I'm so interested in cryptocurrency. Yes, you know, we have the big dogs like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but largely it is because of Shiba Inu. And I believe now my investment strategy when it comes to cryptocurrency is pretty much changed significantly. It's not going after those big tokens anymore. It's more finding these small market cap tokens that I think have a lot of potential to do well long term. It's risky because some of these tokens, although you think they have potential, the roadmap looks good, it's risky because things can fall apart very quickly. But I have learned from my mistakes, and my investment strategy, although it is different, I have much more conviction now in the cryptocurrency market than I did back in 2017.
Love it. Love it.
And yes, I am a loser.
And he's not the only one. A lot of us lost money, but hey, you learn from your mistakes. Sometimes you just have to, and that's the one thing, guys. One thing, everybody that's in the chat right now, the one thing you can never do is go back in time and add more money to a position that you never established. That's one thing we can never do. So for me, that's why I'm deciding, okay, what are potential risky plays that I can get into that I see have some potential based off how the community is acting, how the overall market sentiments are changing or shifting. That's the kind of thing that's exciting me now. I missed on Dogecoin. I missed on the overall crypto market after selling off way back in 2017, 2018. I missed out on a lot of things. But now that I got this opportunity in 2021 to identify and find some cryptos that have a deep, very strong community backing and that are up and coming, I quickly realized, hey, let's take these opportunities one at a time. So Matt, what you said was, was perfect. What you said was perfect there, and I 100% agree with what you said. And then again, dropping the $5 super chat too as well, says, fine, I'll set a normal one. I just wanted to say I appreciate every video you drop. Very helpful information. And King Matt, I appreciate you too, man. I have a lot more plans and things like that for the channel. And I know, you asked today what other cryptos am I looking into. But, when I first started talking about SHIB, and until now, I understand the SHIB community and the Shiba Inu army, the SHIB army, they want me to focus only on SHIB still, which it's difficult. It's difficult to shift from one token to another, especially if that's all you've been covering for over 60 days, 2 months in a row. But we'll slowly make that transition, continue to talk about SHIB. Any piece of information or news that drops, you guys know I'll be the first one to mention it because I love this community really from the bottom of my heart. And I'm sure Rigor Mortis shares the same sentiments and feelings because your support for us has been nothing but extraordinary. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody. And I watched the SHIB analyst video and it caught me off guard. Not going to lie. Caught me off guard. If you guys go SHIB analyst Steve, he changed his username too. What was the username now? Let's see. Oh, goodness. What did he change the name to? If I just write Shiba Swap Steve, I think it should pop up. SHIB analyst. Maybe it is still the SHIB analyst. Okay. So I guess, oh no, Steve at Rocket Crypto. Yeah, he changed the name. So I watched his video. I listened in closely. Again, he's one of the development team members for Saitama Inu. That's one of the things that attracted me to the crypto anyway. The fact that someone that the entire SHIB development team relied on and trusted in, brought him in, had him talk about it, which again, he did a phenomenal job, by the way. I have nothing but positive things to say about Steve. And again, one of the big reasons I invested in Saitama is because Steve is going to be covering it and he's going to be part of the development team. Now, when it comes to his information that he said, I quote from his video saying that he's a previous investor for SHIB. That was kind of unfortunate. It kind of caught me off guard, and I was like, man, Steve, we're gonna really miss him. His energy, his information was always rock solid. Really a good guy. Was hoping that he would continue to cover some SHIB, but that doesn't matter. One chapter closed for him, a new chapter opened. But for me, this chapter and the Shiba Inu community and the SHIB army, this is a chapter that is for life. It's a permanent one. It's something that I will continue writing the pages for. So again, that's just another way for me to say thank you to everybody that's been tuning in, who've subscribed to the channel. We're at 60,000 subscribers, nearly 60. We're past 61. We're approaching 62,000 at this point, and it's all because of you guys' love and support. So if you guys are supporting me in any way, one other thing you guys can do, of course, is also go over to Rigor Mortis' channel. He's, the Pop and Rigor show. He's the Rigor from the Pop and Rigor show. But if you guys want to go over to his channel, he just hit 10,000 subscribers recently, well on his way to 11,000. But go ahead, click the link in the description below to go visit his channel. And yeah, he talks about all things SHIB, but maybe soon he can start talking about other cryptocurrencies that you guys might be interested in as well. So a big shout out to Rigor Mortis. And of course, as you guys are all aware now, he also does double as my brother. So a big shout out to the bro. Much love to everybody that's been tuning in, man. You guys have all been absolutely fantastic. My throat, I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting better and better each day, but man. Community tokens will take over, says Ellie. I agree. Community tokens have been absolutely insane so far in 2021. Is Hypnophobic dropping the $10 super chat? Always appreciate the unstoppable siblings. Thanks for the stream, Pop and Rig. Long live SHIB and Saitama. Here with y'all. Love it.
Yeah, why can't it be like that? Like, why can't we just... Like, why does it have to be, if you're for one cryptocurrency, it has to be that one cryptocurrency? Like, Hypno has been a long-term supporter of SHIB, and now he's part of the Saitama crew. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, it's all about us winning as cryptocurrency enthusiasts. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having good conviction in one cryptocurrency over the other. In my opinion, if it's like, oh, I'm not a big fan of Saitama, then, just don't look into that token. But, I think that there should be kind of a more friendly competition when it comes to the cryptocurrency space, and especially when it comes to these low market cap tokens. I think we're all in this together, and we should kind of breed a more happy community and a more forgiving community when it comes to talking about other cryptocurrencies.
Absolutely. And I'm going to actually add a little to that. So, as the SHIB army, right, we all want one thing. We have one thing in common. Outside of building the community, what's the goal? The goal is to build out our wealth, the generational wealth, making money, retiring. People have different goals for themselves. But when did it become not okay for somebody that's all in on one token to invest into others? That's like saying, for anyone that invests in the stock market, that's like saying, hey, I'm not going to buy any stock except for Google stock. Yes, it's going to perform well. Yes, it's probably going to do well over time because of everything that they're doing. But why only stick to one? Or it's like only buying Bitcoin and no other crypto. Only buying Shiba and no other crypto. In my opinion, that just doesn't make much sense at all. Diversification is key. and holding on to your SHIB, just like we do, right? We bite down on it, hold on as hard as you can, even through the rough times. That doesn't change. But that does not mean you can't diversify into other crypto assets. That does not mean that whatsoever. You guys know I've been saying that for time and time again, and we're going to hold on to that for the long term. And thank you so much, D3VI3, I think it's the name, with the $5 super chat. 2 weeks ago, a member of SHIBARMY put us on Saitama Inu. Now here we are. Parabolic gains, exactly. Now we do the same with TR. Oh man, you guys are really talking about this new token. I have to do more research. It's way too new for my liking. And I know I'm sure I can get in contact with one of their devs or something, but very, very early on that one, which scares me. And Invest with a Purpose dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. And another one too. Hey man, no need, but I appreciate you. Much love to you both. Bless to both of you. Tell Rigor Mortis I said what's good. We got to do another stream soon and do some special stuff. Absolutely 100%. He's nodding over there saying, oh yeah, man. We love your energy. Invest with a Purpose. Make sure you guys go over to his channel. Fantastic Shiba Inu content creator, and he's talking about other things as well. But if you guys want to hear more from the three of us, let us know. We're trying to, find collaborations, but hopefully we're trying to work something out for Sunday, I believe. We're going to talk about the overall global cryptocurrency market and just discuss things about, maybe some of our buys and sells, that kind of thing. If you guys would be interested in that. Again, we're trying to find other opportunities as we continue to hold our Shiba Inu tokens. Why not move SHIB? I know. It's been rough. We're waiting for the next catalyst, but really, bearish. But we're waiting for those bulls to come out and let us, start seeing those wonderful gains that we once saw. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a tricky time in the market for some of these these gray area tokens is what I kind of like to call them. Is they have some legitimacy to them, not some. They have a lot of legitimacy to them, but they're just trying to escape this whole meme token territory. And I think right now Shiba Inu is caught in limbo. It's caught in this gray space, and I think as we are making our way out of it, people will start becoming more interested. Because think about it this way. If you're new to crypto investing, let's say you're either an institution or a retail investor and you're brand new to crypto investing, what are you going to put your money in? Are you going to put it into the thing that is one click away on Coinbase, where you can just click it, buy it, and forget about it, and you know that it's a more legitimate token because, hey, it's listed on Coinbase? Or are you going to go after Shiba Inu, 600,000 holders with a market cap of around 2.5 billion that you have to buy on Shiba Swap or Uniswap, one of these dexes? If you're either an institution or a retail investor, you're going to go with the path of least resistance. If you're new to cryptocurrency, you're not going to go out and seek some of these more under the radar cryptos. You're going to go for the big name stuff. And that's why I think SHIB is just kind of in this limbo. We don't have this huge hype that's really pumping us up the way that we did back in the day, a few months ago. But we also don't have these listings that's giving us more exposure, like Vivi Vargas was saying earlier. So we're in this limbo, but I think we're slowly making our way out of it.
Fantastic. Very well said. And then I am King Matt says my Instagram is its_Davis. Let me make sure I add you real quick. And my throat. Let's see if I could find you. Is there an apostrophe though? I want to make sure I'm following the right one. Oops, your pup. It's a, okay, there we go. There we are. I think I got you, but I'm not sure. Hopefully. There we go. I think it's you. And congratulations, by the way. If it's Davis or Matt, big congrats. I see that you put a ring on it recently. Congrats, my friend. That's awesome. That is pretty dang awesome. All right, we got Candasia Foods and Soul Imperial Beats. My man, dropping the $50 super chat. Always supporting. Thank you so much, brother. He says, I think a lot of people took their crypto gains from the bull run and caught AMC around 50 plus. When AMC dropped, people averaged down by liquidating their crypto assets. In my opinion, people are stuck at a negative in AMC and won't pull out until it squeezes. So Imperial Beats, I feel like you know a lot more about these markets than most people do. But what you say there, I think it's something that it sheds light on a big thing. And that is retail investors are diversified across both platforms at this point. Cryptocurrency, due to its speculative nature, due to its being, kind of the hot new thing, and also speculative plays that had potential for short squeezes in the stock market. You guys know I'm diversified across the both. I'm an investor in AMC, bought in at $12, averaged up actually to about $25, and took some profits off at around 60. So I found a lot of success from AMC. But you're totally right. A lot of people were willing to take gains out of the cryptocurrency market because it started entering, looked like again, what was the peak. Things slowly and surely were selling off. And then they only expedited that process because the timing of the crypto collapse, if you will, that big bear drop that we saw, the bearish market, we saw a shift from there to those meme stocks, specifically in the stock market, and things started flying in those. So again, people are looking for speculative plays. The retail investor in 2021 is most interested in speculative plays. If we look at the portfolios on Robinhood, if you look on there, the majority of them, end of 2020, the big SPAC mania, right? Special purpose acquisition companies. That was the big hot thing. People were investing into them, including myself, and made some significant gains. 2021, penny stocks started popping off because people were like, hey, this has more potential. And then cryptocurrency was like, hold on, even more potential without the issues of, having brokerages being able to regulate your buys and sells. So again, that attracted a lot of the retail investors out of the stock market into the crypto market, but now going back to the stock market to squeeze and try to beat off these hedge funds. So, my man, I think you're totally right. And again, a lot of the AMC, you guys know I'm a big fan of Trades. He let me, I was on his channel as a guest and I got to talk about it. His channel grew substantially, nearly at 400,000 subscribers now. So congratulations to him. But he brought me on, and between the time he brought me on and now, he's only been talking about AMC pretty much every single day. Just like I do with SHIB, he's been doing with AMC, but times 5, because he does multiple videos, 8-hour streams sometimes throughout the day. But the big thing is a lot of people were waiting for that short squeeze that has not yet happened. The shorts have not covered their positions. So when can the short squeeze happen? We don't know. Can it happen next week? Can it happen next month? Can it happen by the end of the year? Not sure. But when it happens, it'll happen. The money will be taken out of AMC. It'll be taken out of GME, whatever other ones, Nokia, whichever ones were undergoing a short squeeze, Clover Health, CLOV. And the money will be coming back to the crypto market, hopefully in time for the winter bull run that we've all been anticipating. Looks like we're getting an early start to it, but we're all anticipating this big bull run. So excited to see what happens, and really excited for the short and long-term future for SHIB, for Saitama, for the entire the global cryptocurrency market. So, yep, Matt, I got you. And let's see here. Shiba Bone Collector, Candasia Foods. I did the calculations, and including my investment, I should end up with 31 to 32,000 bones and 12 Ethereum by January 11th. But I'm still going to dabble in some other coins like I did Saitama a few days ago. Candasia Foods. That's awesome. I hope you saw some good success. I mean, if you got in a couple days ago, that means you did find some good success, which is awesome. I'm really glad that, especially for the individuals that are in the channel that have been watching my videos, my streams. I love when people say, Pop, I've made some money. You're a Pop, for the first time ever, I got into this market, I've made $100. I've made $1,000. I've made $10,000. That's amazing. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. And hopefully as we continue to come here as a community, right, as crypto investors, crypto enthusiasts, as Rigor Mortis just said a little bit ago, I think it's really exciting. I really think so. And Living with Dallas Texas says, Rigor Mortis, scroll to the bottom, status, .pro, Coinbase. Looks like you guys are interacting with him. What I'm going to do is, I want to go to Twitter. Here, if we go to SHIB, Coinbase Pro. So the note is still there. Send and receive on Pro is available, but trading is not. But again, it could be a little bit different if you actually go through their website. That'd be insane. That'd be awesome if we could see this thing going. Imagine dropping the $50 super chat as well. Oh my goodness. Guys, happy Friday. Thank you everyone for your support tonight. Imaj, again, thank you so much, man. I've seen you in multiple streams, and tonight you've been just exceptional and very supportive. So thank you, my man. He says, Diamond Hands, 1.8 trillion SHIB staked. 1.8 trillion SHIB staked. Wow. 500 billion Saitama Inu. 3,471 ADA or Cardano staked. Diamond Hands, 5+ years holding. I have never heard of H-bar, but now that you mention it, I will do my due diligence and most likely will be going in. I love it, man. Yep, exactly. And I love the fact that you said you're going to do your due diligence. Make sure you do your due diligence. That's the most important thing. Always do your own research and due diligence. Big shout out to you again. Thank you for your support, my friend. I really do appreciate it. $20,000 Saitama holders. Sheesh. If that's true, that is insane already. They were just at 10K, I think. Wowzers. The number is just flying and flying and flying. Wow. All right. What else do you guys got for us tonight? Been a fantastic night. Really, I've been enjoying every second of the stream. It's been so fun. I told Rigor Mortis, let's shoot for 1 hour, but we're going on 2 hours. And I am King Matt at your pop. Crazy day, huh? Crazy day indeed. It's been insane, man. And again, King Matt, thank you so much for everything. For tuning in, for being a part of this journey, and I hope we see some fantastic returns here in the short and long-term future. Really excited to see what happens. Ellie says, I just bought 1,000 bones. Let's go. That's awesome. And living in Dallas, Texas, Rigor Mortis, yes, Coinbase keeps referring us back to that. Coinbase on special, $2.49. I love it. Yeah. Bone has been decently selling off, I should say. Currently sitting at $2.49. SHIB at 625 Satoshi units and leash at $1,084. Hopefully the hype comes back up. And I'll be right there, guys. Waiting every single day to see this thing only prosper and flourish. So excited. And for the SHIB Army and the Saitama Inu Wolfpack. Love the name, the Wolfpack. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And also please subscribe to the channel. It of course just helps get the video out to more people. And again, we're just trying to build awareness and, spread knowledge as much as possible throughout the YouTube space when we can. And I'm King Matt, dropping another $5 super chat. Matt, you're crazy, man. He says, can you show me how I can pick on fresh new crypto? I don't know how to go looking for new crypto. So, King Matt, honestly, everybody has their own strategy, and Rigor Mortis can kind of tell you about how he looks around for cryptocurrency. But for me, the first thing I like to do, believe it or not, is I go all over the internet. I go on YouTube, and then there are some big YouTubers that I really like that I'll recommend to you, Matt. Again, never for financial advice. Take what they say for a grain of salt, and they'll say that in their videos. But some of my personal favorites, Coin Bureau. This man is really, really good, and you could know that he's good because he has 1.2 million subscribers. He's been in the game for a really long time, and he has some fantastic content. He talks about different cryptos every day. He actually covered Shiba Inu as one of his more recently, right here, and you could see it outperformed the rest of his videos. But he talked about Shiba Inu, the Dogecoin killer, meme, or something more. Again, just everything about his channel and all the information that he has regarding cryptocurrencies, I think, again, for perspective, he has some phenomenal insight. So I would highly recommend Coin Bureau if you want to just get to learning. And also, BitBoy. If you go to BitBoy, BitBoy Crypto, he's probably, him and Coin Bureau, I think, are the top two individuals that you can look into to learn about some of the bigger cryptocurrency projects that will inevitably do well if the crypto market does well, period. These all follow Bitcoin to a bigger extent. So of course, Ethereum, we're talking Cardano, we're talking all those other ones, cryptocurrencies that have a strong foundation and have things that were actually non-meme related, non-pump related, just 100% tokenomics speaking. BitBoy, Coin Bureau, a big Rigor Mortis, I guess, too. Clicked on his tab, but yeah, love Rigor Mortis, of course. But BitBoy and Coin Bureau, two channels that I would highly, highly, highly recommend you check out. Both of them are very, very good. And for BitBoy, I don't even have a subscription on this YouTube channel to him, so I'm subscribed to him on my alternative YouTube channel, but not this one. So now we are. But yeah, those are the two that I have for you guys. And Matt, I would start there to get some information. Again, from a video, it's easy to learn from videos in my opinion, and that's why I recommend it. But then, of course, you can go on Reddit, and you can just visit websites. Go through, right? What I like to do always is I like to look at the top. So one thing that I used to do, if you want to look at hype, coinmarketcap.com, you can go to either most visited cryptocurrency. So if you literally Google CoinMarketCap, most visited, you could see, and sometimes there's some pump and dump schemes that are in this most visited list, so be extremely careful. Like, what's Baby Cake? I don't know what that is. Zocash. Some of these we don't know. Shiba Inu ranked 11th, Ethereum 12. So the list is starting to get a little bit weird lately, but regardless, another place you can go. But in my opinion, at the very least, if you want to diversify your assets across cryptocurrencies, look at the top 50 to 100 tokens and go ahead on their website, read about them, go on YouTube, search about them. There's going to be at least 100 or hundreds of videos about some of these top cryptos. Always is and always will be. So I would recommend that. Kind of my 2 cents there. All right. So hopefully that helps, my man. And Vivi Vargas dropping a $5 super chat. Europop, since I've been pouncing with you, even at this ship price, I'm still up making money. Thank you, brother. Europop Army. Vivi Vargas, I'm so happy, man. Yeah, and again, I'm really glad that we're not retesting previous monthly lows. So we got to 570 Satoshi units for Shiba Inu, and we've been holding above it very, very well. So I'm really excited for that, and I hope we continue to see it do well over time. All right. Mamba mentality, we need regulation and punish those who scam. Mamba, I 110% agreed. And that's why, guys, I am always extremely cautious about what I try to cover on the channel. So Saitama Inu is probably the most speculative play that I've talked about yet. Because SHIB was pretty speculative, of course, when I first started talking about it, because people are like, when swap, is this even a legitimate token? And they slowly but surely came out and, proved themselves. But I'm hoping we continue to see that even for Saitama and other cryptos as well. But to make sure we cover the bases, we'll also talk about some of the big ones, HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph, my goodness. Really bullish on a lot of other tokens. I'm also invested in Telcoin. You guys know that. I'm pretty big on. Dustin Kapler, Pop, I'm here. You are the best, my man. Vibi Vargas says, hit that like button. We have 412 people in the chat, so smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well, and subscribe over to Rigor Mortis' channel too, if you guys haven't already. All right. Rigor Mortis, you got anything else for us, my man?
Not really. So just a quick update on the whole Coinbase Pro thing. As of right now, I still haven't been able to deposit just yet. I've been talking to a few of you guys in the chat here about it. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it looks as if things might be interesting come next week. I'm not sure exactly what Coinbase is up to, but it seems as if the ball is rolling, or at least some of these technical difficulties may have been resolved. Not sure yet. Nothing has been confirmed. They have not said or tweeted anything. Obviously, it is very deep into Friday night, pretty much Saturday morning at this point. So I don't think anything will happen before Monday, but we will see. It looks like things are looking quite promising now, and I think next week might be a little exciting.
All right, you heard it from Rigor Mortis. Next week might be very, very big for Shiba Inu. I'm super excited for the Coinbase listing. It's going to happen. It's inevitable for all the naysayers, all the haters, all the ones who've been saying negative things about SHIB. I hope that you learn your lesson once all this is out there and listed all over Coinbase. The biggest cryptocurrency platform has 56 million active members on the Pro platform first, followed by Coinbase. And hopefully we're going to start seeing that second bull run for SHIB. Let's go back to all-time highs. Let's pass those all-time highs. Let's take this thing to the moon. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It has been absolutely phenomenal. Really appreciate every single one of you. So Imperial Beats, living in Dallas, Texas, Imaj, the King, Matt himself. Really overwhelming support tonight. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. It's been the best Friday ever. Really. I could say that almost every Friday because things get better and better and better. I'm excited. Congratulations to everyone that's been holding their SHIB, and hopefully we're going to see some bigger things to come. Saitama Inu showing us some love on these bearish times. So I'm excited, man. Super duper excited. Rigor Mortis, any last minute words, my man?
As always, folks, I really appreciate you guys having me on. Obviously, one of my favorite things to do on this space is to come on this live stream with you guys and talk, interact with you guys in the chat, give you guys some of my thoughts and opinions. I really appreciate you guys. The overwhelming support has been absolutely insane. You guys are honestly the best, one of the best communities in the crypto space. It's always fun to talk to you guys. Really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be back on in the near future.
Absolutely. And again, guys, thank you so much. Ellie says, salam, brothers. Wa alaikum assalam to you. Appreciate everybody. Again, much love. Make sure you guys go over and subscribe to Rigor Mortis' channel. Hopefully we're going to be doing something with Invest with a Purpose and maybe some others on Sunday. We'll see. Again, currently traveling, but hopefully we'll be back home either tomorrow night or Saturday early morning. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. The stream has been nothing but love, nothing but fun. Big things to come. Big things to come. Diamond hands prevail. Paper hands will be missing out. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And until next time then, keep investing.